So unless you've been living under a rock somewhere, you would have heard the phrase or the program called N8N. And if you're anything like me, an automations geek, your feed is full of images that just look like this. And some of them get really wacky, like that one. Wow. That's insane. But you can do pretty much anything within N8N. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about how you can connect N8N with your lead generation tool. Do this for yourself and for your clients. And I wanted to talk about a two-way synchronization with N8N that will blow your mind. So how do we connect our lead tool into N8N? And then what can we do with it from there? So this is really simple to do. In N8N, you're going to start with a blank dashboard. And what you're going to add in here is a webhook as the starting point. So this is the webhook. You're literally going to grab a webhook that is right here, and it's going to give you both a test and a production URL. So I'm going to grab the test URL just for our first demonstration, and then we'll use the live production URL for our next steps. So we've got our URL, literally just click on it, and over in our lead generation tool and our dashboard, and again, this is going to be in your own client's dashboards as well, you can then come onto your settings area and to integration, and you can start a new integration using a custom webhook, and this is where you're going to put that data in. So we're going to call this our N8N demo number 1, and just paste in that webhook right there. Now remember, we're going to change this for the live webhook when you get your live credentials going through. So right now we're going to say, and we've got no authorization on that webhook. We've got the response there all set up, and now we can start to send across the data from our searches. So we can say, okay, there's whatever it is, the data that you want to send: name, phone number, website, country, state, city, the social media information, employee count, the Google My Business information, all the AI prompts. So your AI systems that you set up, the AI analytics, the AI prompts, the email addresses, first name, last name, all of this information can be sent across, including the Instagram URLs of your influencers, etc. Lots and lots of cool stuff. So all of the data from White Label Suite can go across to N8N. And all you need to do is one time only match that up here. So we're going to say, okay, let's go company. And we want the company name to be that one. And then we're just going to add as much of this information as you want to. Add another line, add another line, add another line, add another line. And let's start to send some of this data across. So I want this to be the email address. Cool. Let me just grab this and scroll down. We're going to find the lead's email. We want this to be first name. Like that. Again, we're going to grab first name over here. Like that. We want the website, whatever it is that you want. And one of the cool things is here, the AI piece, right? So I'm going to make sure to grab that. So we're going to go AI summary. Let's give it a name like this. Grab it from the list. So this is our AI summary that we want to grab here. So we'll pick that up. Here we go. First name, AI prompt summary. There we go. So what else can we grab? Just for fun here, I'm going to grab the socials. So we'll call that socials. And drop that in. You're probably getting bored, but I just will grab one more. What else do I want? The phone number, of course. Yeah, phone. There we go. Okay, cool. So that's what I want to send. And cool. Now all I need to do is click on Add Webhook, and it's good to go. And now if I come across to my active connections over here, boom. Now over in N8N, we've got our webhook. Now one thing we need to make sure of is that we change this to post like that. So we're going to send it. We're going to post it. This is going to catch it, and this is ready to go. So let's listen for this test event on a post. And over in our White Label Suite or in our lead generation tool, we're done here. So we're going to come across to our active list. Here it is, and click on test, hit that, send it across, and boom. Let's go and see if it was received by N8N. Boom, there it is. All of that data comes across: company, email, first name, website, summary, socials, Twitter account, YouTube, Instagram right there. Phone numbers come across, website, webhook URL. We are good to go. We've got all of that data that we sent across from our leads tool right there in our N8N. Now, what can we do from here? So from here on N8N, now that we've got it coming in, don't forget, we need to change this to a live webhook, not a demo one. But now I can go, okay, cool. What can I do here? I can do so many amazing things. And like just looking, if I just type A, B, C, look at the amazing connections that we can make here. So look at B, I can send it to Bright Data. I can convert it to a JSON file. I can switch it around. I can send it to Facebook as a trigger. I can look up a Google My Business profile. Look at B. What can I do with C? I can add it to a coda file. I can create create a ClickUp doc. I can add it to an Excel spreadsheet. Oh my God, there's so much stuff that I can do now that I can get the data in to N8N. So what's really cool is N8N make this really easy. If you go to n8n.io/integrations, you can start to scroll to see amazing things that you can do with this data. So now I can take it straight out of our lead generation tool, straight into N8N, and I can go into databases. I can add it to GitHub. I can put it in Notion files. I can post it on X. I can use SendGrid to send my emails out. I can put it on a Trello board, put it in calendars. Oh my God, there's so many things I can do now that I can get this data. If I scroll all the way down here, look at this. Oh, cool. One of those last ones is, guess what? High level. I don't know if you saw that. So we can connect with High Level, and of course High Level now have their MCP, which is an incredible chat-based server. So I can send this data into that MCP. I can use N8N to then say, message this person, or look them up on Facebook, or whatever it might be, add them to a custom audience. I can do amazing things now with all, not just High Level, but with all of these incredible extensions, because I can get my data in to N8N directly from my leads tool. Yay. Now, what is this whole thing about two-way communication? So I can get the data out of my leads tool and into N8N, which is amazing. And then I can do incredible things with it. But what if I had data coming from somewhere else? What if I had data coming from Facebook lead ads, or I had data coming from other sources? If I can get that data into N8N, can I then send it to my leads tool? And can then the leads tool do all kinds of cool stuff like my AI lookups? Yeah. So what about if I come back to my N8N here. Now, again, don't forget, I had this as my test URL. I need my production URL to make sure that this is for real, right? So I get my production URL. I come back to my demo that I set up here. I edit it, and I switch out my test URL for my live URL, and I'm good to go. This will now work. Amazing. Cool. So what about this whole two-way thing? Now that I've got my N8N system here, let's come back over, and I'm going to start with a blank canvas. So I'm going to remove that one, and let's go now. I've got other data coming in from here. So I've got webhooks catching information from Instagram, or I've got spreadsheets that I'm bringing in people in, or lead ads, or whatever it might be. So long as I get the data in to N8N, then I can send it to my to my lead system and do amazing things. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create a brand new list. So let's go over here and create a new list called inbound N8N, right? And then I'm going to say this is a people-based list, so think LinkedIn more than anything else. So I've had somebody message me on LinkedIn. I want to find out all about them and put them into my CRM. Good use case, right? So somebody messages me on LinkedIn. It goes into my N8N system, shoots it across into my leads program, researches that person, and puts all of that data into my CRM system, and then uses AI to formulate a reply. Wow, how about that? So now I've got a list. Cool. What I'm going to do is set up this autopilot search down here, and I'm going to trigger this by my N8N system. So this is going to be a people search, and I want this to be based on our webhook, right? Based on a webhook. So this is going to be inbound N8N. Give it a name. Add it to that list that I just created. Cool. Now, here's the webhook that's going to be created for this list. Here's the URL. Here's the authentication token. So now what I want to do is catch the data in N8N from somewhere and send it here. And again, what I need is that LinkedIn URL, or I need an email address. So I'm going to show you how this works. So I've got a trigger, whatever that trigger might be in N8N. And now my action is going to be an API, all right? So it's going to be an HTTP request. And we want this to be a post. So I want to post the data to where, and we've been given that URL. So here's the URL. So to that URL, we want to post it just like this. And see, it says authentication. And now we want to have that authentication token. So over here, we actually say, please send the authentication token in the header. Okay, cool. So I've got over here, send headers, and I want a specific header called, well, I've got the value there, but I want it to be called authorization token, just like that. Needs to be exact, capital A, capital T with a hyphen in between. That's why I copied and paste. Now I'm going to actually just copy the token like that and pop it in there, and boom. Now I'm going to receive data into this webhook. What am I going to receive? I'm going to receive the LinkedIn profile. So now I've got this, I'm ready to rock. And what's happening is when the data comes into N8N, it's then going to send it to my lead system over here. So over in my lead system, what happens when this is received? I get that LinkedIn URL. Cool. What do I want to do with it? I want to look for email addresses. Amazing. I want to enrich and get the phone numbers. And here's where the cool part is. I want to get all of the AI pieces done. So I want to run a summary. I want to create a DM. I want to craft that message and then maybe even send it back to my original N8N webhook. So let's do an introductory paragraph. I want a DM written, okay? And then after it's done, I want to send that back to my N8N demo. What? So I could get data into N8N, do amazing research and AI cool stuff using my leads tool, and then send it back to that original N8N that then distributes it everywhere else. Oh my God. N8N gives you so much power. And now using your leads tool, you can get data out of the leads tool into N8N in the integration section. All you do is come to custom webhook and drop in that detail and send it across. But you can also send data into the leads tool from N8N. And to do that one, come down to autopilot search, create a new one, and trigger it by webhook. I can send data out to N8N and do amazing things. I can bring data in from N8N and grab all of my information and research my people. And I can do it all using the webhook function within your leads tool and N8N. Amazing. I hope this is making your mind go, wow. Go and have a look at those integrations inside of N8N to see the incredible things that you can do for yourself and for your customers to start using data and automations together. Amazing.